Hello, good afternoon. Welcome back to Voices of Courage channel, and this is the Lead with Courage Lunchtime Chat. And today we have a very special guest. We're going to have a very special guest spotlight on Lisa Chong. Hi, Lisa.
Hi everyone. Hi Lilian.
Yeah, right. Lisa is the founder of Stillen Maternity, a fashion label brand that is very unique by itself. We'll talk about that, all about that later in a while. But to our audience out there, if you are joining us for the very first time, this channel is all about, as the title goes, Voices of Courage, right? So everything that relates to courage, you need a dose of courage in building your business, and you want to learn from all the female entrepreneurs out there who have done it, who have learned all the hard lessons, and you want to learn from them, here is the channel for you. Okay, and Lisa has a wealth of experience in the corporate world, but she also took the courage to actually started to actually start her business, right? And Lisa, tell us before we jump to Steelen, tell us a little bit about yourself, about yourself first.
So for those of you who are new to the channel and you don't know Women of Courage Asia very well, my name is Lisa. I've spent the last decade or more in the banking sector, but I also took the time out to build Stillen Maternity shortly after the birth of my kids,
Mm,
and so I'm a proud mom of two boys, now 9 and 6 this year. So
9 and 6.
yeah, it's getting to be quite a handful, but yeah, but it's been a great journey. The last couple of years, learning to be an entrepreneur, and I'm looking forward to share my experience here today with you guys.
Yeah, and the experiences that we are sharing here, they are all very raw and real life experiences that they, up, I mean that they apply and learn and make the mistakes. So you want to shorten your learning curve by avoiding all these mistakes, right? Yeah. Okay, Lisa, Stillen maternity. I know it's a very special, has a very special meaning to you. So you want to tell us what is this business all about and what's so unique and special about it?
So for Stillen, it basically was a product of my recovery journey from postpartum depression. So,
Mm,
I know there are many mummies out there probably tuning in as well. Being a mom is really a tough job, such a steep learning curve, and we gave our all to be moms. And
mm,
I think along the way, a lot of us do lose our self identity.
mm,
We prioritize children, family above our own well being, and I think that happened to me, and I kind of lost myself along the way, and I was like, who am I outside of this role as mother? And
mm,
of course, the postpartum depression got took a hit on my self confidence. I was like, no, where am I outside of my job? If I'm no longer in part of my corporate world, am I what? Who am I? Am I just a mom?
mm,
So this really challenged me to take a step back for myself, to do some self care, self love. So it was through the journey of exploration, and I started doing some fashion work, some courses, and I discovered that I really like, fashion, and I decided to take on one of the school projects and decided to make it a reality. So that was still a maternity. yeah. So
wow.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, yeah. You continue. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, no, it's alright. So Stillen, like you were mentioning earlier just now, it's a bit unique in that sense that, um, it came from my experience as a pregnant mom, my maternity journey. So,
Mm,
because I came from corporate sector, I couldn't find really suitable working clothes while I was pregnant.
mm,
So the design of the label, the clothes are more catered to moms in that sector where they need to look professional while they look at work. So while they're pregnant, sorry. So the designs are meant to last them throughout pregnancy and even after. So yeah.
mm. Even after. Right.
Yes.
Can you share a little bit on, just unpack that a little bit? What do you mean, like even after?
Yeah, so like there's a lot of maternity wear out there, at least during my time, that were probably very targeted at the maternity stage, which was just at pregnancy. They were
Mm,
either just good for pregnancy or just good for breastfeeding, and then nothing kind of in between.
mm,
And they tend to be a bit more casual, so
mm,
I couldn't really find something that I wanted to look corporate in. So I
mm,
decided to combine all these concepts into my design, so that they have to fulfill the fact that they need to look corporate, they need
mm,
to be able to nurse and be able to wear them during pregnancy time, without looking like it was a maternity wear. So basically, you can
mm.
wear these clothes anytime in any stage of your life. In fact, I even have customers that are not moms or not even pregnant anymore, but they still buy our clothes because they just like the design. And I mean, you can't tell that there are nursing wear, so that's the beauty of it all.
Yeah, I think I'm very curious about that because um, when I shopped for a piece as a gift for a friend who was pregnant, back then, and when I look at the design, I was like, are you sure these are nursing wear? Because they really look very cop. I mean, you can wear them to work. It's corporate wear, and the beauty part is there are certain function. It's not just the design, but also the function that you build into it. That when you thought about these things, you thought about this thing in the design process. Yeah, so there are certain functions and certain pieces you can actually remove certain things after that, right? So like you mentioned, even if you're not pregnant, even you're not a mom, you're not pregnant, it's actually a fashion piece that you can wear anyway. Yeah, because of the design and how it looks. Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
that
I'm
with the
still wearing
added
them as well.
of function.
I'm
Yeah,
also still wearing them. Yeah.
yeah, nobody will know that there is that function over there, right? Because it's not revealed. Yeah. So I
Mm.
think that's very unique of your fashion label and the meaning behind it, especially uh through that process you actually gain back your self confidence and really look into self care and mental wellness, right? And I understand that um you have the heart for moms who are going through what you went through, right? That journey. I mean, I can resonate with your sharing because I went through that journey as well. Yeah. But I wish when I was pregnant, yeah, you haven't come up with this fashion wear, so
It's okay. Like I said, you can buy them now too. It's open to
yes, yes,
anybody.
that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. But it is
Yeah.
it is it is a mindset that needs to be broken, because I think not a lot of people um tend to correlate themselves that, oh, they can still wear a piece that is suitable for a mom, a pregnant mom, in that sense. So to
Mm,
them, they'll be like, hey, why would I buy clothes that is suitable for pregnant mom? But the point is, when we were looking at the whole design, we were looking at being really sustainable in the whole chain, so that
mm,
we didn't want to limit ourselves in terms of when we can wear this piece of clothing. We wanted it to have really longevity. So that's why we really want to open up the audience that we are reaching out to, that is not just limited to that short lifespan of the 9 months or even 1 year of the mom's journey, but really
mm.
throughout a female's working journey. You can wear them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think I love what you mentioned there that it is with the idea of longevity over there. Yeah, sustainability. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially sustainability. Um, yeah, and so Lisa, I know the business Dylan is born out from your journey. But okay, just now you mentioned that you went to attend a fashion course and that's where you discover that you actually like this fashion this whole fashion design thing, right? Yeah, I think what I just want to highlight this because like many of us, if we don't discover, we don't take the courage to explore new things, we never know that hey, actually there's some hidden talent hidden talent, hidden passion somewhere
Yeah.
in you. Yeah, so that's Lisa is one good example of that. Yeah. And why specifically this industry or this business? I know it's born out of that. That what kept you in this industry?
I think when I was starting out, I wasn't really thinking about a business, but I think
Mm,
the ability for me to connect to moms,
mm,
that was the drawing point for me because I guess I mean like I mentioned before, this whole motherhood journey is a very it's a very how do I say uh it means a lot to me, this motherhood journey, um and I just want to be able to pass back the experiences that I've gained, the lessons that
mm,
I've learned back to the moms that are starting on this journey as well. I think, although every one of us, the case is different, the whole pregnancy journey is different, but
mm,
we do share some common lessons that we can
mm,
definitely share to encourage one another.
mm,
Um, and just really showing from one mom to another mom that this journey, although steep, doesn't need to be alone. It can be
mm,
shared, and it can be there's always somebody else that can be there walking along this journey with you. So
mm,
yeah, Stillen hopes to be that partner to the moms out there. I mean, apart from being seen as a maternity label, fashion label,
mm,
um we really want this to be a more holistic kind of offering that we give to our customers.
mm,
So we are always looking out on new ways how we can value add to our mummies, whether
mm,
it's through the products, whether it's through services, and we're even looking like workshops, things that can help us touch base more with them, build more linkage to them during this very precious window of time when they need help.
mm.
So yeah, we are always looking for opportunities to do that lah.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Yeah. I know for every entrepreneur starting out on your own, we all face challenges, right? We all face challenges or struggles that starting out. Yeah. Share with us, share with the audience, what are some of your challenges that, when you were
uh
starting out?
yeah, I mean, like I mentioned before, there were of course, the mental emotional challenges when I
Mm,
was coming out from the postpartum journey. But I think
mm,
in particular when I actually started and launched the business, um the struggles were who to look for help, because I
mm,
mean, it's really pretty much me right from the get-go. I mean, there was nobody to show me the ropes on how to do the business,
mm,
um where to look for materials, who to trust, who to work with. Um, every step of the way, it was a lot of searching and how I say, um, making the decisions by yourself and trusting that what you're doing is correct for the business. Of
mm,
course, not to mention the finances. Um, yeah, so I'm no wealthy person. I'm just a similar man on the street. But so starting the business, I need to carefully balance the needs of the family together with what I want to grow for the business.
mm,
So yeah, every single decision means some sacrifice at some point. So
mm,
whether is it investing into marketing, whether is it investing into development, whether is it IT, every part that needs finances,
mm,
it is a challenge. Yeah, because it's out of the
mm.
pocket, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that process has, when I'm hearing what you're sharing, I think that process showed me that you really took the courage to trust in yourself, to trust in the decisions that you make. Like just now you mentioned, I love what you said, to trust the decisions that you make. And of course, being working in a corporate world and with your level, I'm sure you have done all the research, the fact findings, and then to make an informed decision. And but the crucial part is that you can do all the research, you can do have all the statistics, you can have everything laid out on the table, but the final step is to take that courage to make that decision and take action with it, right?
Yeah, I think there's a
Yeah.
lot of good ideas out there. A lot of things that we would wish to do for the business, but uh, sitting on them is never the way to go lah. you know. So at
Right.
some point you still need to bite the bullet and make some decision.
Mm.
Yeah. So of course, if you have friends, mentors that are in businesses, you can definitely look to them for advices. And I was quite fortunate that I had someone that was in fashion that I
Mm.
occasionally looked out for, for some tips and guidance in that sense. So yeah, friends very important during the entrepreneurship journey, like I would say.
Right, right. That is why we have her Courage Business Network, where we gather together of female entrepreneurs that we iron sharpens iron. We share our experiences. We share what we learn. We share the mistakes. We share the success, the milestones, so that we
Mm,
can grow together, right? And
yep.
then not just stopping there, but how we use our business for good, for a social cause, for to actually impact the our sphere of influence, right? So yeah, thanks for sharing that. I think the key point here that I really take away from you is that trusting yourself in making that decision. Yeah, it sounds simple, but it's a very challenging thing to do actually. Yeah, and there's so many decisions to make, right, as an entrepreneur, especially when you're starting out on your own. Yeah, and yeah, I love the fact that you said seek out friends, seek out mentors that you can bounce your ideas off and to check in with because we all have blind spots. Yeah, there
Yeah.
are certain things you can be as foolproof as possible, but there could be blind spots. And I love to go to people who like to play the devil's advocate. Yeah, because yeah, really, I really appreciate friends who can be brutally honest and are not afraid to tell you what they think and what they see are the blind spots. Yeah, I mean, we really want to appreciate these friends.
Yep.
How about okay, that's one thing. What are some of the mindsets or belief systems that you realize and discover along the way, and that you need to actually address these so that
Uh,
you can overcome the challenges?
yeah. So like I mentioned, the lack of self confidence was a big thing in the journey
Mm,
as well. I mean, even though it was a recovery journey, I was pretty much uh okay by the time I launched the business, but there was still the root of it, still
mm,
always constantly challenging me, just asking myself, uh, are you sure you're good enough for this? There
mm.
are so many people doing the same thing. What makes you think you will make a difference out there? You're just going to be one of the businesses, you know.
Right. Wow. That's a common one. That's like it hits almost all of us. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think and or we I think for a lot of SME, what we struggle with is we're just too small.
Mm,
Yeah. Are we how long can we last? Are we going to be able to fight against the big guys out there? I think for me, perspectives is very important.
mm,
So I mean, not to say that when I launched the business, I didn't launch it with the goal to make money, but I think when I went in it, I gave myself a bottom line,
mm,
like when I know I should exit.
mm,
But more importantly, I went it with it to know that I wasn't there to challenge anybody. You know,
mm,
I mean, I don't need to. I think along the way I encouraged myself was I keep my eyes focused on my own goal, not to look at
mm,
the things that are happening left and right. Not that it doesn't matter, it does. Uh, and it will come in to unsettle me every now and then. But I just keep my focus on my own goal and tell myself how I look back at how far I've gone, and
mm.
always tell myself that, I'm not competing with anyone else but myself. So
Right.
so as much as possible, I just go on with the thing is my aim is to reach mom. My aim is to find things that will benefit them. If it works, the moms will spread the word themselves. So there's really
Mm.
no need to, there's really no need to fight the others because
Yeah.
there's a lot already fighting trying to improve
Right.
yourself is already a lot. So if it
Right.
works, it
Right.
works. You really don't need to care about the rest. Because when you develop yourself, you find your own voice, you will have that unique identity that is just yours. And there's nobody like you lah in that sense. So
So beautifully said. Yeah. I think yes, yeah, one another so many takeaways, right? And I think one of them would be like stay in your own lane, right? It's a race,
mm,
and you stay in your own lane, and you focus on how you're going to make this business work instead of channeling. You channel all your attention and your energy into how to make this work, and add value to the moms that you want to reach out to, right? Instead of focusing, oh, who is doing what's new out there, oh, this person, just comparing, with what other people are doing, and those are distractions.
yep.
Those are distractions. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's a good one. That's a thanks for that one as well. Okay, next question. What were the actions that you took, because pandemic happens, right?
Mm.
I believe you. I mean, you started the business before pandemic, and
Just before.
yeah, that's a brave step. that's that's
No,
very
I
brave
didn't
step.
know. That's the thing. I started it in 2019, and then 2020, before we hit 1 year, and then the pandemic already hit us. So, yeah. So yeah, you mentioned that we started off as a fashion label before, right? So we were really
Mm.
targeting the corporates, and when everybody started to have to work from home, it was like, oh. Yeah, it's like everybody is like, okay, dressing up is not my key priority. So of course
mm,
the sales took a tank, and
mm,
but so small has its own benefits. Yeah. So while
mm,
we compare ourselves to the corporates, large corporate out there, being small have our own benefit. We were able to quickly pivot ourselves, change our product offering. So what
mm.
we did was we decided to look outside of fashion, and we began to bring in more essential products. We dabble a bit more with things that um, moms will need. Yeah, definitely need. It's a must
Right.
have. So that we have some core product that will support us, even though people are still working from home. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Wow. So you were very fast in looking at what are the needs, right? What are the basic essential needs
Okay lah.
at that
Fast
time?
fast is fast, but I must still say I also had my setback. I was like, what to do. So I was like, I also took a couple of coming 1-2 months to kind of decide what to do for myself. So there was
Mm,
definitely the reaction time, you
mm.
know, the panic time. I'm same as everybody else. We all had to, just buckle down and really think what are our alternatives and choices at that point. So this was
Mm.
what we did. Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah. Of course, when things happen, and especially unexpected, and this big as pandemic, right? I mean, the whole world is affected. So it is okay. It is fine to have that reaction time. Everybody needs that reaction time, and find our balance, and find our, and it is so uncertain. Everything was so uncertain, right? Yeah, we were like just looking out for the announcements, what's going to happen next, and
Yeah.
we just make an adjustment along the way. But I
Yeah.
understand that Stillen was launched online, right? It's
Yes.
from the get go.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but nevertheless, I mean, for that point, it does help in comparison to those who have a physical store,
Yes.
right?
I
In
mean,
terms of,
we had that benefit in that sense that we were not tied down by our brick and mortar rentals and whatnot. But there
mm,
are, I mean, our overheads were kept to a low. But that said, when products don't move, inventory don't move, you will also still have problem meeting with overheads as well.
mm,
So um we I mean, expanding online was the way to go for us. I mean, there were a lot of talks about, I mean, even the government came in to giving grants for people to move on to the marketplaces like Lazada and
mm,
Shopee and whatnot. So we also took the chance to kind of join them, and
mm,
took the grant and went onto the platforms, and that was very, very helpful. I mean, it was also a very complex a very complex and steep learning curve for us, and there were a lot of how to say, challenges along the way, but I guess now after almost a year and two, we are almost okay there. Yeah, we have regular sales from there, so that's helpful. Yeah.
All right. So things are slowly picking up and back to normal, right?
Mm, mm,
Yeah. I think having that resilience and the 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 attitude, to don't give up easily, it just what I mean. This is a big crisis, right? And you have a choice. You have a choice to either, oh, let's just close up and throw in the towel and that's it. Find something else to do or do nothing about it, right? But you took action. You look at what's available, what are the resources available, what are the support the government is giving out, and then you look at what are the other needs that you can meet, for the moms. Yeah, besides now, of course, the fashion wear can, had to take a back seat, for example. But what are the other needs of the mom that you can add value to? I think that is great. That's a great attitude over there. Yeah, for any entrepreneurs out there, we don't want, when once we hit a roadblock, crisis hit, don't just throw in the towel. Yes, you can have that space to like freak out, and you can better still to have certain close friends that you want to go to and just feel safe to freak out and have a conversation. And then who knows, during that conversation, great ideas, innovative ideas can come out from those conversations, right? Yeah. So these are important tips, if you caught it, if you catch it. Yeah. Right. Thanks for sharing how you pivoted, during the pandemic and when crisis like that happens. Yeah. Lisa, one more question. Okay, I have a lot of questions for you. Okay, I know very limited time. Okay, or almost time is almost up. Now, do you have a set of like core values? And what are they in guiding your life or especially your business?
core values.
Mm,
I think for me, okay, life. My core value is, I mean, I will always show up. So I will
mm,
always be there when I say I'll be there. So
right. Wow.
that for me is what me even for my husband as well. We when we commit our word, we say we give something, we will do something, we will do it. Even sometimes we we regret saying some of the words that we
Overcommit.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, if we say it, we will do it. Yeah, as much as we can. Like I hope to date, I have not disappointed anybody in that sense. Yeah.
Mm,
And then to I think, and for us, not just showing up, but giving the best that we can give. It's also something that's been calculated to us from young. So if we want to do it once, we want to do it well. So
wow.
we'll do it the best that we can. Yeah, the first time that
Mm,
we do it. So yeah, there should be no holding back lah in that sense. So
mm,
when we say try, doesn't mean try with a half-hearted, kind of attempt, but we try with the best that we can. So
mm,
that's the way we operate. And yeah, I mean, for us, I think that's where I also the last one is probably where I find I identify with women courage the most is to be authentic. I
mm,
think it's not always easy to do that in in the business world. So but we try to do that as much as we can. I mean, we try to do that, not just as much as we can. We try to do that.
yeah,
Yeah,
just do it. Yeah,
just do
just
it.
do your
Yeah,
best. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So so just be ourselves lah. I think it's difficult sometimes when there's a lot of expectations and people
Mm,
expect you to behave in a certain way because they think that you are a brand. They think that you have it better than them. People things always look better on the outside, right? People always think, yeah. So there's always certain expectation. But I think for me is learning that I don't need to. Chinese have a saying, 打肿脸充胖子.
mm.
Yeah.
Don't
Um.
don't have to do that, right? Yeah.
No. Yeah. I
Mm,
mean, I am a small business. I am a SME. It is what it is. But it doesn't mean
mm,
that as a SME I cannot give as well as somebody who is a 10, 50 employee company,
mm,
because I think the values is different, the pace that we
mm,
work is different, the vision is different. So I mean, every company has something unique to give. So
mm,
I don't necessarily think that small is not good.
mm. Small is powerful.
Yeah. Like I said, the smaller ship can pivot faster, they can sail faster, right? Because they got less baggage. So
Mm,
I always think that there's benefit in being small. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, I think we one key thing here I learned through this conversation is that everyone is unique, right? Every individual is unique. Every entity, every organization, every
Mm,
company is unique. Yeah, and the most important thing, like you said, to discover your own uniqueness, right? And be the best and do the best in what you are good at, and stop comparing or being distracted by what's out there. Yes, they are a good reference point. We need to know what's happening, but don't get so drawn and distracted and into the comparison and the competitiveness, and neglected your own uniqueness, and that your customers, your clients are coming to you for that.
mm,
Because of your uniqueness, they are coming to us for that. Yeah. So we don't want to forget that. Yeah. And beautifully said about your core values. It's important. Every company, every person, actually, every individual, every entrepreneur, we must have a set of core values in guiding us. Which is why Lisa could pivot in during the pandemic. She didn't throw in the towel because and continue to provide that service, that quality service, and those values for her clients, because she has those core values to always do the best, right? Always do the best. And when you say it, you do it. You're a man and a woman of your word. You keep to your word. We may not be perfect, right? Like you say, we never know where we have offended anyone, or meet those expectations that they have. But our conscience is clear. We do our very best within our capacity with
mm.
that whatever resources that we have at that point in time. Yeah. So wow, thank you so much. I mean, there's so much gems to take away from this conversation with you. Right, final question. Final question. Yeah. I mean, this channel, you know me. My passion is all about supporting each other to move from fear to courage, right? So I can't leave the conversation without talking about courage and leadership. So what does courage and leadership mean to you, Lisa?
So for courage, I mean, we take it two separate words, right? Courage for
Mm,
me doesn't mean just stepping out, but also learning to take a step back. Yeah,
mm,
because I think it's learning. Courage is being able to look yourself in the mirror and recognize exact and see and accept that what is happening right then, there's no need to there's no yeah no need to be uh you can challenge yourself, but also you can also tell yourself it's okay even if you're at a bad state currently. It's all right to take a break, reboot, recharge, and then move on again. I think
mm.
a lot of us think when they think courage, we think chong 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 chong. But I think courage is also learning to accept and relax. To accept and be ready to also
Take
take
a
a break,
step
take that
back.
back, yeah, and
Mm.
review and reflect, because that
Mm.
takes courage itself as well.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
yesterday, I think it was Thursday. I did a session with Anita, right? And then she said, "Face the music." And taking the courage to face the music, and like what you said, it is what it is.
Mm.
Yeah, have the courage to face it. Yeah. Wow. Okay. How about leadership? What does
Uh,
leadership mean to you?
Wow, to me, leadership, I
Mm,
think it goes back to what I shared earlier. I think as a leader, I mean, again, something that we've been taught from young, um, we lead by example. So
mm,
whatever that we say, whatever that we do, people are watching. So it's very important to me that the whatever I say, I do it. So it
mm,
needs to be congruent. So when the
mm,
leadership says something, um they need to be able to exemplify whatever that they are saying. You
Mm.
also need to be a doer. You cannot just be the one that say and don't do. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I think for me, that's leadership in practice.
Mm,
But having said that, to me, leadership doesn't mean that you don't fail. I think
mm,
leadership means having the courage to show that you fail, but you're ready to rise up again. Because
mm,
I think at any point in time when a leader make a choice, it is based on the um facts or circumstances at that point in time.
yep.
You know, it is done to their best of their knowledge. Sometimes, hindsight is 2020. We can always pinpoint what goes wrong, but I think when leadership makes a choice, we trust and believe that they do what they do, but um, we also got to understand that leaders are human. They can fail too,
Mm,
and
yep.
being able to accept that that they can fail is also very important. Yeah.
Mm. And that requires courage, right?
Yeah.
That's why all leaders requires one that characteristics of a leader is also one of them is courage. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean that's to me, because like you say, you need the courage to make those decisions and trust yourself that those decisions is the best that you could. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Our audience really need to like you need to watch this conversation, I think, many times. Yeah, because there's so many takeaways, right? Yeah, I will definitely watch it again and note down those key learning points. Yeah, so and if you want to meet Lisa in person, Lisa is one of our community leader in Women of Courage Asia, and this coming third anniversary celebration and party, she's one of the key players, the key leaders who is behind this whole thing. Yeah, and you really don't want to miss it, and you want to come and meet her in person, right, on the 5th of March. Yeah, and for business wise, you want to network with her, you want to find out more about Stillen Maternity, come join her Courage Business Network, because this is the platform where we come together, female entrepreneurs. We talk everything about business, right? At Women of Courage Asia, we can talk everything about life, about mental wellness, about your emotional resilience, about motherhood. Yeah. But yes, so that's therefore these two platforms, right? We do our best in providing and creating that safe environment for us, right? Because why travel alone? Why journey alone? Why why grind alone, right? When we can have when I can have courageous women together, moving
Yeah.
forward together. Yeah. Uh, Lisa, share with a little bit about do a little bit of shout out for Women of Courage Asia.
Women of Courage Asia. Yeah. So, what I have said is, through 5th March, we will look forward to seeing you at our third anniversary happening at the PSB Academy in Marina Square. I'll also be doing the MC for the day, so I'm
Yay!
definitely looking forward to meeting all you ladies out there. Because we've been shut away for too long. We have not been able to mingle. Okay, we have not been able to meet each other for a long time. So come and say hi. I'm definitely
Yeah.
looking forward to connect. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the years of online and Zoom and all the different online platforms is it can be very fatigue, right? Yeah, I think we
Yes.
all are human beings because nothing beats having meeting up in person and having that personal connection.
Yeah. Not to mention lucky draw.
Oh
No
yeah,
lah. Okay.
lucky
No.
draws.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, no,
I
that's
think
that's
they're
that's
very
beside the point. That's cherry on the yeah, on the
cherry
top.
on the top.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, the panel discussion. We have a segment discussing about how to use your it's true your power of influence in your leadership, right? I love
Yes,
what you
yes.
said. Lead by example. Lead by example. And Lisa is one powerful woman of courage that leads by example. So you don't want to miss her, you come and meet her in person. All right. This is the first time being the MC on a public scale
Uh
like that.
yes.
Wow, see, that's the courage again. She's stepping out of her comfort zone.
Yeah.
Come and
So if
support
you
her.
yeah, if you are looking up you're up for some challenges, please come and join Women of Courage, because here we will challenge you to step out of your comfort zone a lot. Yeah, but I think that's necessary. I think as we grow older, we don't want to stop growing, don't want to stop learning. That's also one of the key values my parents have taught me, is never to stop learning. So yeah, come join us, and you never know what kind of a window of opportunity you might open up for yourself. Because for me, the more windows you open, the more likely you'll get to somewhere, right? So
Yes,
come
yes.
join us. We have a lot of things in store for you on that day. Carol's going to be sharing on the body segment, on her image and poise, and then of course we have Anita sharing the soul segment on her story of courage. um
Mm.
all powerful women out there. I think there's a lot to learn from everyone. So come mingle, come say hi. Okay.
Yes, come and get to know each other. Right. So lastly, last but not all, how do we, how do the audience reach out to you? Is it through I put
Yes,
down the
yes,
Facebook
that's
link here.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you can IG DM me on Stillen's website, or you can look at me, find me on my personal IG as well. The the it's uh QQSAWMOI. So it's a kind of
Oh
unique
yeah, yeah. Your IG. Don't
my
worry. I
IG.
will. Yeah, don't worry. I'll put the all the links are in the description. Okay, so all the links are in the description. So just click on those links, and that's where you can connect with Lisa, right? And if you
Yes.
want to go to Stillen Maternity, just go to stillen.com.sg,
Yes.
right? Stillen.com.sg. That's where you can look at all her beautiful design and the fashion label. Okay. All right. I think yes, we have. There's so much to talk about. Yeah, and but time is really short with it. I really thank you for setting aside this time to do this and to share with our
Most
audience.
welcome.
Yeah, and we look forward to see everyone at
Yes,
our third
definitely.
anniversary.
Yay. See
All
you.
right. Bye.
Bye.